So the first thing I talk with clients in the government a lot about is just sort of the root of those words, right? Agile and integration. So a lot of people are familiar with integration technology. People have used integration technology for decades. And the way I explain it to my mom is it's how you get applications to talk to each other, right? And the way to do that is different. What started to happen was, though, is people started to try and build integration capabilities almost like a custom application. And like a lot of the legacy applications we see in the government, they've tended to become very large, which sort of led us at Red Hat to think about what type of technologies and how do we deliver those technologies to customers to allow them to be more agile when they're doing integration. So for us, there's a few elements to that. One is to be agile means you have to have access to different tools for different types of jobs. So if somebody goes down the road with Red Hat and purchases our Agile Integration Bundle, they'll get access to a lot of different types of integration technology. So the historic sort of major technology people think about with integration is enterprise service bus technology, but a lot of it's evolved, right? So now you have things like API management technologies. You have a lot of different forms of messaging technologies, Kafka probably being the most popular one right now. And then you also have what we call integration patterns. Integration patterns are sort of the evolution of that enterprise service bus technology, where there's pre-built integrations for different types of applications. So if you have a Homeland Security application and you want to pull in social media feeds, there's pre-built connectors for you to do that. So the first piece for us of what Agile integration means is giving you access to all different types of technologies. So you can pick the right one for the right job. Because most times what we've seen is you can solve integration problems with all three of those. And if you only had access to one, you're going to always be solving a problem with the one tool. So if you only have a hammer, everything's a nail. So that's the first element of it. The second element of it is if you think about cloud native and evolution of hybrid cloud, where you can deploy those integration technologies becomes even more important, right? So historically, a lot of them have either been on-premise or in the cloud. And the type of integration technologies that you would use would have been different in both those environments. So we really focused a lot of effort around, how could we provide all those integration technologies in the same fashion, whether you deploy on-premise in your data center or up in a cloud provider. There's a lot of talk in the market today about the difference between hybrid cloud and multi-cloud, right? So initially everyone's like, oh, I'm going 100% to public cloud, right? And then they're like, well, okay, I can't get some of my applications or data to the cloud for a variety of reasons, so I'm going to employ a hybrid cloud strategy. And people are still kind of on that evolution. But the most recent one, if you tune in, is everybody's talking about multi-cloud, how you can run applications in AWS or Google or Azure and on-premise. Being a student of technology, I actually don't think there are many workloads that will be multi-cloud. I mean, it's very unlikely you're going to run applications you run in AWS today, tomorrow in Azure, because it's more cost effective. I mean, there's just a lot of operational kind of draw to doing that. The one exception is your integration platform, right? Because if you view your integration platform as a cloud native, able to deploy that in all of those different cloud providers and on-premise is absolutely necessary, both to integrate what's in those clouds and then integrate the applications that are going to be talking between them. So, I think that's another aspect of agile integration that we feel real passionate about is you need to take your integration platform with you to these different places, having it run in things like containers, running on platforms like OpenShift, which is our Kubernetes platform, is going to be really important for clients.